everyone. My name is Miguel. So right now we will actually kick off the webinar. So today's topic is actually about how you can easy share your data securely with IBM. So during this webinar, we will actually show you guys like how we can actually simplify the process to sync, share, and collaborate your data within a secure digital workplace. So just some things to let you all know. Throughout this whole webinar, the participants will be muted. And then on top of that, in any point of time, if you have any question, please submit your questions at the Q&A button below the control panel. And subsequently, after the webinar, we will be actually emailing out the on-demand webinar video in case you want to re-listen to some of the recording of this webinar itself. Yeah. So, and then on top of that, so I believe everyone can see the Q&A button at the bottom of their screen. Yeah, so this is it. If you have any questions, please feel free to actually type in there. And then lastly, and we also have actually come out with a quiz for every one of us. And there'll be actually 5 questions, and these 5 lucky winners will actually win $30 of Grab voucher. So do pay attention to what the speakers have to say so that all of you have a chance to actually win the Grab voucher itself. Basically, this this quiz is actually a multiple choice question. So you just have to fill in the right question in the chat button, which is located also at the bottom at the control panel. So you just have to click on the chat button, key in the right multiple choice answer, and then after that, our speakers will actually identify you to be the lucky winner for this $30 Grab voucher. Yeah. So today, this is our 3 speakers. We have TY from Inspire Tech. He'll be sharing the EasiShare portion. TY.
Hi everyone. I'm TY. I'm a sales manager in Inspire Tech. So I'll be presenting about the features and what is it going to be the solution with IBM.
Yep.
Hope you guys enjoy this.
So then next, our second speaker is Zamir from Ingram Micro. He's the senior product manager there. Zamir.
Hi Miguel. Thanks everyone. Okay, just to just give a little bit background of this session. So basically, this is our session together with Inspire Tech, which is the distributor for EasiShare. And together with us, the Ingram team, as well as the entire IBM team of IBM products. So this session is actually where we want to actually show you the solution that we have during this time. And I know that you all will have a lot of requirements and need right now from your clients. So this is one of the key items that we see potentials in business for you and also for the clients to grow in terms of your business, right? So again, I'll say good evening and hope everyone is doing well and in good health. I think it's a opportunity to instill myself. I am actually Zamir Hafiz from Ingram Micro. We are the distributor for IBM and we are proud to be in this event together with Inspire Tech. All right. We are distributed across all countries around the world and with multiple solutions and products that we supply. We also work hand in hand with partners and IBM across like FSI, government, retail, and manufacturing industries. And over all the latest technology like AI, big data, SIEM, even server and storage. So we cover all these as a distributor, right? So for IBM product, we are 1-year-old baby. We are recruited by IBM last year, right? So we are having a very steady pace of growing in the Asian market. And we also provide consistent development with multiple business partners and clients in Asia. So in IBM storage technology, we have flash systems and the expertise in terms of that IBM storage to cater across all the regions for solution proposals and also consultant supports to all our partners and customers, right? Okay, so without taking much time, thank you for attending again, and I would like to pass the floor back to Miguel for the next.
Yeah.
I think it's usual, right?
Thank you, Zamir.
Sorry,
So,
it's
yeah.
yeah. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, so actually our last speaker will be actually assisting Zamir in his presentation as well. His name is Azizu. He's actually the channel's senior technical sales engineer in Ingram Micro. Azizu?
Yep. Thank you, Miguel. So good evening to everyone, all the participants for today. So I'm Azizul Hakim. I'm the one who will be handling on the IBM portions. So basically we'll be sharing and discussing with you what are the functions, the capabilities, all those things that IBM can offer looking at the storage from our point of view. So probably that's from me for now. Okay, I'll pass it back to Miguel, then we have it further discussion.
Correct. Yeah,
Right.
anyway, thanks guys for the introduction. So now without further ado, I'll pass on the floor to TY. TY, please, you can actually share the screen now. Thank you.
Hi everyone, can see my screen, right?
Yep, sure.
Okay, so yep, today's EasiShare's agenda will be focusing on the challenges faced in digital workplace in most of the companies. Then the next will be the EasiShare overview, and followed by the use cases and also the deployment needs. Then there will be a short demo as well at the end of the presentation. Okay. So yep, the facts that having in this century itself is actually like 53% of the companies found over 1,000 sensitive files accessible to everyone, every employee. 58% of companies found over 1,000 folders that had inconsistent permissions. 74% of CFO intend to shift some of the employees to remote work permanently. Okay, of course, we are looking into 42% increasing of the global workforce will be mobile by 2022. And last but not least, the cyber threats are getting higher and higher. So which is like 74% of business expect to be hacked in the next year as well. Okay. So the challenges that most of the companies are facing is actually the security risk and also the data loss. Then followed by the complex remote collaboration, lack of folder permission, and lack of monitoring and access control. So there's a reason behind why EasiShare is the first choice of sharing and collaboration solution to the Singapore government agencies. Because EasiShare is the enterprise-grade file security solution, and it helps most of the companies that to manage their files, sharing their files, and also govern their files. Okay, so it's a simple intuitive interface and comply with risk and compliance requirements. Okay, so in EasiShare itself, we are focusing in security, control, and visibility. On the security portion, we have this authenticated access. Files are encrypted as well. OTP 2FA, watermark, view only mode expiry, this kind of security. Then on the control part, we have this security policies as well at the company. Then group, it will be on the group and also the user level. Besides that, on the visibility itself, we have this audit logs and report is a very comprehensive one. I'll show you in the demo. Okay, so how EasiShare addresses the challenges that we mentioned earlier. Okay, so basically security risk and data loss prevention, we can use this workflow setting approvals before files can be shared based on all or anyone that approves. Besides that, we also have this on the sharing portion. When you share out your files, you can have 2FA verification as an extra layer of security to ensure the right person that is accessing the files. Besides that, limit download attempts. So you can limit those recipients' download attempts, and view only mode, which they cannot even edit it or download it. Okay. Of course, there will be a watermark just in case if someone wants to take a picture on the files that you sent. All right. Remote collaboration with ease. So we can do this in a very simple way, which is you can do it on online editing with those Microsoft Office files. Okay, is stay connected and productive while you are working remotely. So check in, check out files as well to ensure that no one else is editing the same file while you are editing it. Okay, so on the versioning portion as well, you can have a view of who is the one, what's the first version that is created by the owner. Then after that, subsequently, there's someone edited it, it will become 2, 3, 4, and yeah, and so on. So it's easier for you to trace back what's the previous edition. Okay, so on the full control of folder permission as well, you can do this document tagging by classify files according to their confidentiality or sensitivity. So besides that, on role permission, you can set the one who access the file. They have the level, they have the role depending on their level of permission. So enable folder expiry to restrict access after a period as well. Set storage quota to manage usage as well. So on the monitor portion, keep updated on changes to folders and files by turning on the notification. Okay. So on the comprehensive audit logs as well, as I mentioned earlier, there's full audit logs and reports, and it's very comprehensive. By you can monitor both the users and also the admin activities to the files. So multiple file repositories support as well. You can connect with a few storages that you want to. Yeah. Admin role segregation, user storage policy, audit report administrator as well. Okay. So on the control company group user security policies. So as I mentioned earlier, you can do the security policy based on the users level, based on the group levels as well. All right. So here is our references. So MAS was having these challenges like lack of audit and traceability, managing setup and update of SFTP accounts, verification of receiving parties. So the solution that EasiShare given them is secure file sharing of more than 10 gigs. Like most of the emails that you sending out the files, there's a limitation, right? With the file size. So EasiShare can help you out on this to have a larger file size. Then comprehensive file activities monitoring and also the OTP. Okay. So Ruffles Medical Group as well, they were having these challenges like sending sensitive patient records back to their patients and exchanging documents between multiple clinics, senior management assessing files on the move. So the solution that EasiShare provided is hospital can send out the patient records with OTP verification so that they can confirm that they are sending to the right person. Okay, the folder permission with full audit tracking of file activities as well. Secure apps to access files on the move. So these are the solutions that EasiShare helps out Ruffles. So besides that, last but not least is ITE. So they were having challenges like lack of a centralized platform to backup and sync files, accessing files when in different campuses. So files are synced automatically when users access organization network or maybe into Wi-Fi. You can set it up yourself. So back up the documents to central file repositories using a single interface. So it's very convenient, I would say. Yeah. Okay. So besides the three, here are our customer success as well. There are plenty of them. And yep, I will move on to the deployment needs. So on the deployment needs itself, we have these options of on-premise, on cloud, and also the hybrid. So by this webinar, we are actually focusing on on-premise. Okay. So besides that, we have architecture as well. We have this standard architecture, and also there's another option which is the enterprise architecture. Okay. So for the standard architecture, you can see there's a gray box down there. There's a 3-tier design, ready integration to AAV encryption and search. So we can do SMS for verification as well. Okay. So our ready integration, we understand that EasiShare might not be enough for most of the companies that they're having some concerns. So we do have this ready integration for semantic search, data management, analytics, threat prevention, and data protection. So as and when you have this concern, you can come to us. All right. So how our solution works with IBM here. So whenever there's external emails, recipients sending in the emails, we can use this file request from for the external parties to send in their files. And also internally, we can upload the files via your laptop, your desktop, or maybe your mobile phone or tablets. Okay. And it will be automatically synced to IBM's Flash system. All right. So I will move on to the demo now. So I'll be showing you a few features. This is the user interface. Okay. So as mentioned, there is a shared, there's a share function here. So you can turn on the, of course, first of all, you have to put in the name, the recipient email address and all. So I'll put in my own email address so you can see later on. And the phone number for the verification purposes. Okay. Of course, you can put in the, message as well. Sorry. Okay, you can put in the message, hi TY. And you can also turn on the OTP here, the download attempts as well. For example, 2. Then you don't want them to, yeah, you can also put in this view only mode. Okay, so I'll just share it. Okay, so it will be move on to the user's email. So it takes about seconds. Okay, so the files is here. So once you click it, it will prompt you to this interface that you need to put in the OTP, as you can see here. So you just click the generate. So besides that, sorry. Okay, so let me move on to the check-in, check-out, versioning parts for the files. Okay, so basically the versioning thing is here, which I mentioned earlier that you can check back like the previous version of the file. So yep, Max created this file in March 2020 March, and TY has edited it. So as you can see here, there's a versioning. And yep, so I will move on to the admin portal for the I'll move on to the admin portal for the storages, multiple storages that you can see there, and also the audit report. So basically, this is the admin portal interface. And here is the multiple storages that you can sync up with. Like this one, we have this IBM, we have a few storages here that you can actually add on anytime with the ID and password here. All right. So besides that, the audit report is right here. You can check via file operations, like what have been done to the files. You can see from date and time and full name, and also what's the files that they have actually edited. Also, you can check from the different duration. Like you want it from July, 1st of July, up to date, and just apply the filter. Yep, as you can see here. All right. So yep, that's all for my part. I will pass this to Zamir for the next presentation that they are going to do. All right.
Okay. Hi. Thanks. Thanks, everyone. Okay. I think now, Azul, you have anything else you want to add?
All right. So, okay. Shall I take it from here?
Okay, sure. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So I guess thank you, Zamir. Okay. I'll take it from here anyway. So let's just move on to IBM portions. So see what we can offer to you in the sense of to integrate with EasiShares apps that we have, which has been presented by TY earlier. All right. So I guess I need to stop my video for a while because it's interrupting the bandwidth. So probably from there, I can just start sharing my screen first. See whether you guys can able to see this one. Right. Okay. Right. Okay. Right. I do hope everyone can see the screen.
Yeah, we can see.
All right, cool. So, all right. First and foremost, thank you very much to everyone for attending the sessions today. All right. So I'll be sharing with you all the IBM storage overview in that sense to see what are the offerings, what are the options, what are the advantages of having IBM storage in the collaboration of EasiShares applications and all. So from here, I'll walk you through in terms of what is it that we have in the storage portions. Okay, so with that, let's just go first with the first slides of the day. I'll go through with the first agenda, which is I'm going to introduce to you an IBM storage portfolio overview, and we look into some of the highlights of IBM FlashSystem family. Okay, and then on top of that, I'll discuss a little bit on storage inside, and last but not least, we'll be going into a little bit on IBM Cloud Object Storage. So let's just start off with the one that I mentioned earlier. Okay, as the title mentioned, IBM Simplified Storage Portfolio in here. Okay, basically what you see is a lineup of items or storage types that we have in the market at the moment. Okay, so FlashSystem basically enables, it is enabled with the latest NVMe solutions. It is powered by the common software also. It's a software-defined storage, which is also available for a public cloud. All right, so basically, these are all managed within the same platform, which provides proactive supports and AI-driven insight. So, which what we call as a storage insight, basically. So, this can be used. This particular software can always be used across all of the blocks storage solution. But on the other hand, we have storage AI and big data, which offers you an elastic storage system in the cloud object storage. So on the left-hand side, just now you can see starts from the very beginning of FlashSystem storage up to the level of SAN module controller, which is known as SVC, storage from the Z portion. On the storage for AI and big data, we have storage, AI and big data will basically provide the highest performance solution, which comes along with the IBM Spectrum Scale and IBM Cloud Object Storage. So basically, IBM Spectrum discovered that they can provide visibility and extensible metadata across this all of this platform. So IBM Spectrum Protect, inclusive of like Spectrum Protect Plus, it is the foundation for the modern data protection nowadays. And on top of that, it is a part of our cyber resiliency foundation that span our cloud enablement to air gap between protection with tape and leadership and container enablement and containerization backup. So basically, this is what the function and the capabilities of all of these machines that I mentioned earlier can cater with. Right. Let's move on to the next slide. Okay, it says in here is that the portfolio shares a common consistent software base called Spectrum Virtualized. Yes, indeed. So looking back, focusing into a flash system storage devices. All right. So basically, what we have in here is a Flash 5015. So for this particular entry-level storage, okay, it does have this uniform feature support, which means throughout the model, which I'm going to share with you all after this, will be the flash system that comes along with all of this functionality. So probably you can have a look into the green color bar in here. So it mentions we do have this hybrid multi-cloud functions enabled. Okay, VMware containerization integration. So on top of that, we have this function of multi-tenancy, the 3 site data copies, Metro and global mirror, and of course we do have this easy tiering, okay, flash copy and so on. And on top of that, second and family line will be 5035. Okay, so for this particular model, as I mentioned earlier, all of this also comes along with this IBM Spectrum Virtualized and a storage insight monitoring tool. So 5035 offers you this clustering. It's a 2-way clustering. Basically, it does comes with this encryption function as well. All right. So hyperswap and those data reduction also does exist in this particular model. And of course, starting from 5200 and above, up to the extent of 9200 in the family, so we do have this highest performance and external virtualization. And then throughout the model, which I mentioned earlier, this actually have this uniform feature support, which is in the green bar I shared earlier. Okay, starting from the 5200 model itself, it runs on NVMe, flash, and host connections. So storage class memory in that sense is using the flash core module. So yeah, it does support external storage virtualization as well. So I would say starting from 5200 above, the higher level of machines you choose, of course, it covers a lot of features and functions. All right, let's take a look on the third slide here. All right, in here, basically what it says, what I want to share with you all is that the virtualization functions which involves in IBM Spectrum virtualized software. So okay, let's take a look at some of the examples which I have managed to gather in the slides, which I would like to share with you all. Okay, as you can see in the slides here, there are 4 types of array. Each one of it is actually populated with 25 terabytes of usable capacity. Okay, so on the left hand side, you can see array number 1. There is no software features given in here, or maybe installed, or maybe run in here. On the second array, yeah, we do have this compression, but there's no other features as well. The third one, it does have this encryption function, but lack of compression and any other important features, which is supposed to be, a lot more better in that sense. So the fourth one would be, the fourth array would be with the compression and the deduplication, but lack of encryption. So now talking about how does this actually helps in that sense? Yep, it goes along together with the IBM Spectrum Virtualized. So what we are actually sharing with you all in here is that by having this software, which is called IBM Spectrum Virtualized, you can always have all of these functions, basically combining the 4 storage array and making it truly cohesive array, approximately around 100 terabyte to be managed within one single GUI. Okay, so in that, in addition, it serves a single management touch point for all the system and provide the consistency to set the abilities to reach out for each of the storage. Okay, so as you can see now, all of those 4 arrays have this basically the compression, the duplication, encryption functions by having or in short, I would say managed by this software called IBM Spectrum Virtualized, right? So there's a massive difference between those things. So basically, IBM Spectrum Virtualized helps a lot in that sense to manage all these things with under one roof. All right. So next on the list, we'll be having this function, which is the easy tiering. So let me just share with you all a bit. What is easy tiering in that sense? Okay. First, all right. Easy tiering is basically there's a numbers of advantages that clients will benefit from this. Okay, it takes the guesswork and additional labor out of managing workloads across multiple tiers of storages. So despite of like having the what do you call that, guessing type of idea, okay, what was it gonna be, how does this data is going to be managed, where is it going to go, like if you look into the slides that I'm sharing with you all right now, it must click in your mind saying that, okay, how does this thing helps us in that sense? All right, looking into here, so we divided this into few tiering. So in other words, like by having the easy tier, you can always manage your data from one particular storage to another. Okay, in that sense, to segregate it accordingly. So tier 0 storage is a tier 0 storage in here. What we address as a tier storage is that it is a place for extremely fast and effective data, which is intended to be constantly accessed by the user. So that will be the domain of the storage class memory lah. So of course, it is basically what we see in the real life nowadays. Our customer, our client will not be like to spend so much on things that they don't use. As short and simple as I can say. So basically, you wouldn't want to spend more if for something that you don't really utilize. So the data is often referred to a warm, cold, and the data is supposed to be frequently accessed as a hot data. So by having automated tiering, it has become more increasingly important and easy to manage. So tier 1 storage in here is designed to hold frequently accessed data. So the data is important indeed and need to be located on a fast media, but not to the fastest media. So tier 2 on the other hand is designed to hold infrequently accessed cold data. Excuse me. This tier is actually for information that client wants to have it at quick access, but likely or rarely used in that sense. So what are the benefits that the client will be having from by having this easy tier? So there's an AI which provides the automatic intelligent analytics. So somehow AI makes the recommendation in that sense based on the historical data performance coupled with the automated functions and all. The transparent migration makes it to top and according to the appropriate storage tier. So in other words, what you need to do by having this easy tier functions and capability, you just need to set and leave it there. Meanwhile, the what do you call it? The intelligence of these particular machines or which it runs on within the software can help to make life easier, much more better in that sense. So lesser interventions and then less monitoring in that sense. All right. So AI helps a lot as well, where in the sense of you are doing less monitoring and capture more values in managing your data. All right. Moving on. We have these functions and capabilities or advantages of HA in IBM storage. So HA with IBM HyperSwap. So what it says in here is that the hyperswap function is basically a high availability features that provides dual sides. It's like an active access to the volume. So hyperswap functions like are available on a system which can support more than one IO group. So basically the member of the FlashSystem family which can take the advantage of the model of 5010 member hybrid. So hyperswap volume basically have a copy on one side and another copy of that on the other side of the volumes. So an active failover relationship are made between these two copies at each side. Okay, so the data is in here. Okay, the data in here is written to the volume, which is automatically sent to both copies. So if one of the site is no longer available, not reachable, so say for example there is no heartbeat is detected from the other side of the volume, so it can provide access to volume in the sense of there's a relationship of the connections there. So the relationship is be grouped into consistency group, which will do the failover consistently as a group based on the state of all copy in the group. So to be more clear, to make it more clearer and simple, it's actually by having hyperswap, you are extremely having this availability solution at all time. Okay, it is a completely redundant storage infrastructure, and even after the site is having some failure, and on top of that, you can always have the continuous data access solution with no performance impact at all. Okay, you can have the ability moving freely your data without any disruptions or any across sites problems or issues. Okay, and on top of that, you can always enable three-way replication for client needing even greater flexibility in that sense. This one actually can run within the SVC or SAN volume controller, and of course it will eliminate the cost of downtime in that sense, because by having this runs in parallel, if anything happened to one of the sites, the other sites can always pick it up immediately without the knowledge of the users which are actually currently running these features and function. All right. So next on the line, sorry. All right, we do have this disaster recovery with internet protocol application. So what does it mean in here is that by having this IP replica, it is more unique and beneficial in that sense. The capability which exists within the FlashSystem family. So it basically enables you to use a lower cost of Ethernet connections for remote mirroring in that sense. This is ideal for small system, okay, as well as which are located in the area where the availability are actually not more focusing not more into fiber or limited or maybe too high or expensive. So FlashSystem 5000 series product IP replication ability is available, and of course it's a chargeable in that sense. Okay, IP replication also transference to the server and the apps. Okay, that in the same way that like how does the fiber channel based mirroring is function, but it runs in what do you call it, IP mode in and Ethernet devices. Basically, talking about remote mirroring modes. Okay, we have these two types of mirroring, which is the most common one would be metro mirror, and the next one will be global mirror. So to share a little bit on this, metro mirror is a synchronous mirroring, which is typically used over small distances in order to maintain a low latency. So on the other hand, global mirror is an asynchronous mirroring, and it is typically used over longer distances or maybe like further way up distances. So global mirror with a change of volume is available for FlashSystem array and SAN volume controller, which is known as SVC. So it uses basically a flash copy internally, and the consistent copy offers a tunable recovery point of objective, which is called as a cycling period. basically, talking about the configuration wise, it is likely straightforward. So what it does in here, as you can see on the right hand side here. Okay, let me see, where's my mouse? Okay, so flash system product will normally find each other on the network and can be selected from the management console point of view. So this is where the intelligent plays its roles, you see. So talking about the configuration, which I mentioned earlier on, it will go automatically by itself once you have set up the functions and the functions of these particular features. Okay, it will go search within the network and manage it, but manage it via the console. All right, so that will be on the disaster recovery with the IPs. All right, moving on to the next one. We have this IBM Spectrum Virtualized for public cloud on IBM Cloud. Okay, so basically what you can see in the slides given here is that this is a high-level view of the main architecture, components, and deployment approach of IBM Spectrum Virtualized, which is mainly for public cloud and IBM Cloud infrastructure. So IBM Spectrum Virtualized for public cloud is deployed in a KVM on the bare metal servers, and then like an automated script will be created as a cluster using the private LAN or private VLAN available in the cloud. So backend storage also needed to be purchased separately. So this can help in terms of performance, in terms of the performance of the block storage. So it is run attached via iSCSI anyway. The host will attach to the cluster and can be a virtual machine or a bare metal server. So those applications are run within this host. Talking about the disaster recovery or business continuity or any workload migration, it is built in with IP replication, which provided over a private VPN network. Okay, so yeah, it has to be run through a VPN gateway anyway. So this needs to be done between the on-premise Spectrum Virtualized appliance. It can be any product, like basically. So is it like either like Storewise, SVC, FlashSystem, 9100, etc. So the Spectrum Virtualized for public cloud cluster and into the IBM cloud. All right. So that is what basically Spectrum Virtualized can help you guys out with that offer. All right. Next, what we're going to see in here is basically the IBM FlashSystem family. So from here, you basically can see the differences and how you're going to, basically do the comparison. So all of these FlashSystem solutions are based on Spectrum Virtualized software. They are all capable of delivering a very large numbers of capacity or maximum capacity. So of course, client will always ask us questions whether or not, or how do we position this in that sense, which one of the models that you can always use, or maybe you should go or choose. Okay, so first of all, there's a guideline basically that you can always share with you all. Okay, first and foremost, having common software core across the family solution provides amazing consistency. First, you need to know is that what type of machines that you wish to have according to your environment, your desired design and all. So for those clients who do not need a larger number of features to be simultaneously used, so they can always opt for the lower end product. Okay, and I would say that will be much more sufficient in that sense. Okay, you can always start off with 50-50 models. Okay, and as time goes by, as let's say the requirement is getting way up higher and more larger requirement as compared before, yeah, they can always step up a little bit higher in the family. So maximum we can goes up to the flash system on 9200. Okay, the third thing that we can always I can always share with you all is that the system can reach up to the maximum addressable capacity with 2 cluster system, while others can do so up to the 3 or 4 cluster system. Of course, to make it simpler, the more system that are utilized, the greater result will be given out, or result in more performance better in that sense. All right. Okay. This will be the interesting part. Storage Insight brings all your storage info together in one place. So I believe it clicks your mind in that sense. So what is it actually that IBM offers to manage to offers that to you guys, right? Sorry. SI is actually a storage insight. SI is called as a storage insight. So this particular software provides a real-time, in a cloud-based AI operatively to check to give your warrant to your client for any potential real problem in a system. So the whole thing can always be seen in here, and then pick it up from the tables which you have on the left-hand side. All right. Next, okay, talking about storage insight, the value of this to bring in your business. Of course, okay, it brings you the unified view from the IBM storage perspective. On top of that, you can have this call home telemetry data, sent to you via the multi-cloud authoring and threshold. So storage monitoring also offers, and then on top of that, we do have this advanced customer service functionality, right? So, right, talking about SI, okay, the telemetry data is actually about 23 million points every day from each of the system, okay? It can always detect anomalous pattern in workload and system behavior. So basically, this is what it helps if you are having these storage insight functions in your system. All right, next on the line. All right, it makes life more easier in that sense because of SI provides an enhanced level of customer service. This is basically to filter out whichever is not necessary. You can always exclude it from the functions whereby it can always addressed by the system automatically. There's a link that I can share at the end of the slides later on. All right, moving on to the next one. Talking about insight. Of course, people are very concerned talking about protecting sensitive data and the legal and compliance matter and all. So basically, we can always assure you that customer can never access, the personal data, identity or application data from their storage system. The thing is that this particular SI only collects sensor data like performance and latency and the throughput. So that is what we have. It's a guarantee from IBM side talking about storage insight features and function. All right. Last on the slide we have for today is that IBM Cloud Object Storage. So, all right, in here, talking about object cloud storage, so IBM Cloud comes into the picture. It offers an enterprise-grade object storage AIM. So what we have in here is that what do you call that? This is where basically IBM plays their IBM Cloud Storage functions. So object storage aim at streamline your storage infrastructure to gain new insight and power your machine to next level generation of solution. So the ability to consolidate, archive, and free up primary storages by moving the inactive older data to the low cost, storage to tier and reduce primary storage capacity requirement. So more features and function can be always obtained by having IBM Cloud Object Storage in your machine. So it is a highly scalable cloud storage solution for unstructured data that provides on-prem and cloud-based dedicated services. It also enables enterprise stores management to control a massive amount of data. So I think last but not least in here, it is an innovative approach for cost-effective storing large volume of unstructured data. So of course, it delivers the capability required continuous access to the data itself, which improve the research outcome, decision making, talking about responsiveness to the business, and then of course regulatory and legal. So I believe I covered most of it from my side, from the IBM point of view, talking about referring about the IBM FlashSystem. So that will be the end of my portion. So I'll just pass it back to Miguel, I suppose. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any questions from the floor?
Yes, Samir, would you like to actually share the bundle?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone can see. All right. Okay. So to proceed, this is actually a vendor solution bundle that we actually have together with EasiShare. Okay. From the briefing that you heard earlier just now from both TY as well as Adizo, we have came up with this solution bundle, which actually it starts off from 12th of July and ends by the 31st of October. So here you can see that the EasyShare software, right? We call it the EasyShare Enterprise File Security. Okay, this it comes with a license and a 1-year subscription fee for 150 users with a file transfer feature, also an admin training, together with our storage, which is the 5015 at 5 terabyte capacity running on FC connection. So this total bundle that you can actually plug into any environment that you have, as well as whether it's a virtual, as well as any servers that you need. And our bundle price is about 95,000, and this is just with the introductory price. So of course, we do have further details and further architecture that we need us to have a discussion. Then definitely the price is will be flexibly and able to change, right? So so this is what I like to showcase, and of course, as what TY has mentioned earlier, right, on the benefits, right? So if you do have in this environment or any of your customers looking at managing your data and transfer in a more secure and more efficiently way during this pandemic time. So this is actually one of a good solution that you can actually venture in, and yes, we do look forward for that. Okay, okay, without delaying, I'll pass back to Miguel. Miguel.
Hi, so sorry for the delay. I apologize if we have to overrun a bit. So we'll now carry on with the quiz. So I hope everybody's ready. So basically, this is going to be a fingers
I
fastest
think
first
there's
kind of.
there's some questions on the floor.
Yeah, so later after the quiz, I will
okay, sure.
yeah, facilitate the questions. No worry.
Okay, sure.
So now we move on to quiz. So just remember, there's going to be 5 lucky winners today for the RM$30 scrap voucher. So basically, remember, just have to click on the chat below, key in your questions, key in your answer. It's a multiple choice question. Our 3 speakers here will actually identify who is the winner at the end of today. Yeah, so now let's move on to the first question. So name 3 storage models under the FlashSystem family. So there are a few choices you can see. So 1, 2, 3. So you all can go ahead and select the right question, the right answer. Yeah. So, and I do have to stress, since we want to make it fair for everybody get the chance to win. The winner will actually not win again. So yeah. Yeah. So
Okay.
Zamir, Azizo, do you all manage to see somebody having the right answer?
Yes.
Zamir, come. Let's announce. Sorry, let me fix my camera. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Zamir.
A lot answers. A lot of good, correct answers.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so basically
that's good. We get a lot of feedback from here actually.
yeah. So
we need to
basically,
open our chat. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, okay. So since Zamir and Zizu, you are processing who's gonna be the winner for that. Do you mind selecting the first person that replied the right answer?
I'm giving it to Zamir. I'll pass the honor to you.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, I can see everyone's reply at the same time. So let's see which one do you see? From my screen is Meng Chong Lee. Right,
sorry.
Meng Chong Lee.
Yeah.
Azzo, do you see the same?
Yep, exactly. Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
So okay, there you go. We got one winner.
Congratulations. Yeah.
Congrats.
Okay, so
Yay.
so we move on to the next question. All right.
Yeah.
So name 2 high availability features using IBM Hyperswap. So
Oh,
these
this one
are
a bit
the
tricky.
yeah. So
Oh,
yeah,
God.
1, 2, 3. Sorry
Wow,
about
so
it.
fast.
Wow.
Sorry about
This
the
is
error
good. This
below.
is good.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's 1, 2,
I
3. Sorry about the
think
last one. Yeah.
All right. Carry on. Carry on.
Ooh.
Do you have a winner?
Hang on. Let me see.
Isaac.
Is it Isaac here? Hang on. Let me see.
Yeah.
Yep. Isaac is here. Okay.
All right, great.
So-
Okay, so Isaac, gonna be the winner. So let's move on to question.
Congratulations. You got
So
the
let's
answer
move on
correct.
to question 3.
Yep.
What are the 4 real business value using IBM Storage Insight? Number 1, number 2, or number 3? So there's a trick question.
This is very tricky.
So there's
Let's see who's the winner. Oh, we have this what's the name again just now? Zoo. Okay, I captured one actually just now. Okay, I captured the first person who gave the correct answer. Let me just scroll up a bit. Yep, that's the one. Okay.
okay.
So can I just announce the name?
Yeah, sure. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
it's Zuhaili Ahmad. Is it?
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, he answered correctly. Yep, that's the
Okay.
answer.
Wow.
Number
That's
one,
good.
the answer.
Right.
Congratulations. So you guys
Okay.
really pay attention to it. Thank you. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
that's good.
Okay.
That's good.
So for question 4 and 5, just to give everybody some context, it's going to be an EasiShare question. So get ready. So question 4, how many EasiShare features are related to data loss prevention? So 3 is answer is it 1, 2, 3, 4?
Oh, it's very fast. Okay, hang on. Okay, TY, carry on.
Okay.
TY, have
I can see a lot of answers in here, man.
TY, have you
Yeah.
TY, have you
Let it
identified
fuse.
the winner?
Let's look into
Wow.
I think
It's very fast.
You know, guys, the only part missing in here is that we don't have the point. I mean,
I
dot.
think it's
Yeah.
yeah, Miguel, have you seen the
No,
answer
no.
is 2.
Yeah. Okay. No, you select the winner. So
So
that, yeah. It's okay.
I think it's Nick from my side. Nick.
Okay. So Nick,
Yep.
you have been identified as
Nick?
the winner.
Yeah.
All right.
Great.
That's good.
Congratulations, Nick.
Great.
So
Nick.
the last one, this is the last question. So I hope everybody's ready. If you didn't get a chance. Okay. So question 5, who can manage the role permissions of the file in EasyShare? This can be a tricky one.
Okay.
Wow.
Is
This one.
Is it user, admin,
I
or
saw
both?
Asman. I saw
Oh,
Asman.
so Asman, answer it
Yeah, I
first.
think it's Asman. Yeah,
Okay.
answer it first.
Yay.
Okay, great.
Yay! Congratulations. We have the winner on this as
Congrats,
well.
man.
Thanks for participating, everybody. I mean, so for those 5 winners, our 3 speakers will individually, like reach out to you guys in regards to how you can collect the prize and all. So this one we will talk it offline. So then, okay, so now because since I don't want to waste anybody's time, I will just quickly move on to the Q&A. So at any point of time right now, you all can just feed us your questions. And actually, we have some questions that's being asked on the floor. So I will actually go ahead and bring that up to share with you guys quickly. So there's actually a question that was being asked just now on the floor by Asman that is can we actually integrate on top of SharePoint Online? And then the answer is actually yes. EasyShare do provide a SharePoint connector to access the document library. And then on top of that, Asman did actually wonder, can we actually integrate with any digital signature solution like DocuSign? And then we have already answered that. There's actually going to be an integration of e-signature that's available at the end of the year itself. Yeah. So, and there's also a question from Nick. Is there actually any use case client right now in Malaysia itself, EasyShare use case client? TY, do you want to take that?
Okay, I will let Max to answer this.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Hello. Can you hear me? Yes. They
Yes,
are.
okay.
They are.
Yep.
Yeah. They are customers. In Malaysia.
Okay. Great. So this is a question for actually IBM. So what is the minimum capacity required to actually store EasyShare data on IBM storage? Zamir or Azizu? You want to take it?
Probably pass to the rest of the panelists maybe. Shui, probably you can chip in a bit.
Yeah, so actually for Flash system, we can actually start very small. It can be even like 2 TB onwards, and it can actually scale until like in petabytes as well. So in a way, you can start small first and then grow as your data grows. Yeah.
Okay, Ken. Thanks for your answer, Shui. And actually, we have a last question over here. So I think we also don't want to like kill everybody's time here. So the last question is to IBM folks. So how does the storage insight complements on top of the Flash system itself?
Okay, so the storage insights is actually a cloud-based proactive monitoring tool. So basically, you can use it to monitor the health of the Flash system storage that is being used. You can actually use it to check on the health, the performance, as well as use it to log tickets when you need to directly from the tool itself. It also provides proactive monitoring where it does, because we have it in like systems in our install bases across the region and around the world. So it actually collects all these metadata points for analysis and then use it for predictive analytics. So it can also predict like a part failure or like certain things. It will provide like recommendations on like best practices as well. So all these kind of things, it will provide that value. Yeah.
I see. Ken, thank you so much, Shui, for the final answer. So sorry that we have kind of like overstepped your time. So thank you so much. Just before you all go off, do help us fill out the feedback form that after you have exited the webinar, because it would be great that you can give us some of your feedback. And also on top of that, if you have any interest in either IBM or EasiShare solution, you can also head on to highlight your interest, and then we will actually reach out to you in regards to that as well. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, speakers, everybody. And also thank you to the IBM folks.
Thank you,
so
everyone.
Thank
Till
you,
next
everyone.
time.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Hope
Bye
you guys
bye.
enjoyed it.
Take care.
Yep.
Stay
Okay,
safe.
bye-bye.
Take care.
Healthy.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye bye, everyone.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.